Love to cook at Kitchen Kneads.
A new line of coffee makers and tea makers, and a beautiful coffee.
Yes, I've gotten with the island of Kauai, out of Hawaii, to send us their coffee. I've been traveling over there for years, got hooked on their coffee. They grow it on the island, roast it on the island. It's like opening a little bag of sunshine every time you get one. It's really, really good. It's unique. It's got flavors. I miss it when I don't have it, and I've drank coffee all over the world.
Well, and being here in Utah, you need that little bag of sunshine quite often. So let's talk about not only the coffees, but these new line of coffee makers.
Yes, we've got a full-blown, this is an automatic espresso maker. And one neat thing also is we've got a cup warmer. So people that like coffees and teas, you just keep your cups stored inside and they're going to be at the right temperature so you don't cool off your coffee or tea when you're brewing it. This guy works really simply. You load the coffee beans back here. This is the Pea Berry Estate Roast Medium. This is my favorite coffee. That's a lot smaller bean. You get 2 beans out of every pod instead of 1. If you drink coffee for caffeine, it's the highest caffeinated bean, and it carries a very nice flavor.
The smell is so good. That smell, that aroma.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
You can choose a light aroma on this machine or a dark. I'm going to do a full espresso, so I hit dark, and you just touch the button. It's going to grind the coffee fresh, it's going to tamp it, and then it's going to disperse the espresso.
So you've already had the liquid in there. You've already had the water.
Stores in a tank in the back, and you just fill it up. I like to use filtered water in mine just so I don't get any calcium buildup.
Do you have this? Does this have a timer to where it can be set when you later want to use, have
it'll
it
go to sleep. You can turn it on, just leave it on, and it'll go to sleep after a little while. It'll self-rinse itself. The sign of a really nice espresso, for people that drink coffees and espressos, they'll recognize this, is you'll get a really nice head of crema on there, a lot of froth, and you'll actually see how the cream floats up through the coffee.
Beautiful. Do you sell the ware as well, glassware?
This is made by Bodum, and it's a dual-walled cup, and it actually insulates from it's got an air layer inside, so we've got it in full-size cups, and we've got it in espresso cups.
Your own little espresso bar in your home. Yep. And you don't have to go to a fine cafe for that. You've got it right here.
You got it right in your own home. You can also do a full cup of coffee if you want one machine that can do both. This machine, you can set the delivery amount, so you could set it, you could use the light aroma and a large cup, and you could actually brew a cup of coffee in this. So if one of you like espresso and one likes coffee, you could do both with this machine. It really does shine at espresso. It makes as fine as espresso as I've had in Europe.
Okay, very, very good. And this next one, you say, does a single cup as well as a whole carafe?
It does. This one you can grind and do your own coffee, so this way you get to choose what coffee you fall in love with. You grind your own coffee. This is a burr grinder by Capresso. It's the best way to grind coffee. It doesn't create so much heat. It leaves the flavor. It cracks the coffee very nicely.
So where this one you put in the whole coffee bean, this one we're going to put in our grinds.
Yep, you have to grind your own for this or buy pre-ground coffee, and we have both here.
And if I have the tea, I'm using tea with this one. I put in my tea
leaves
loose.
Or pods. This is actually a little tea pod, and they work great in there.
Okay.
So you can do loose leaf or pods, whatever you like.
Okay.
On this one, you just slide this little carrier out. There's 2 different filters for this. The black one's for coffee, and what you do is you grind your coffee, and you'll just put, for a single cup, just a good scoop is plenty for a standard strength cup of coffee. This will clip onto your filter, and then you just slide that back in. And I'm going to grab a cup out of our coffee warmer.
If I had a tea pod, would I put that in the same place?
It goes in this one.
This one.
So
correct.
the tea is this one. It's got
sorry.
the filter's a little different on this. The gray one's for tea, and the black one's for coffee. So then you just take and you push your large cup of coffee. And
this barware is available here as well.
This one's here too.
Beautiful.
And we've also got coffee cups the same in the double wall. But it'll go through and brew a single cup of coffee like any of your single serving coffee machines out there that use the little K-cups or the little packets. This way you're grinding your own coffee. You're not buying a cheap coffee in an expensive little plastic cup.
Say that you're going to get a better quality and it's going to be less expensive.
Much less expensive. So this is really nice for that fact that you can do a single cup of coffee. And if you have more people coming over, you add more coffee to the filter and slide the carafe in. hit the carafe button, and you get a full cup.
And since I'm using just the one, obviously there's more grinds in there throughout the day. Does it stay fresh and good?
No,
or do I want to use it?
You pop that out and you dump it out and put fresh in.
Okay.
So, yep, you just dump that out, and you can set any of these buttons to the size of your cup. So, as it fills, you can tell it where you want it to stop one time, and it will stop there every time.
Okay.
So.
On a side note, away from coffee, can this grinder be used for your seasonings? You know, your peppers and your different things.
It really is a coffee grinder. You could put a hard pepper, and you'd probably get a nice cracked pepper out of it.
But you have something for that, don't you?
We've got grinders for pepper. It's better to use a pepper mill with a ceramic blade in there, or a ceramic grinder.
When I watch Chopped and Iron Chef and all that, they use coffee grinders, small ones, for those big, heavy,
you
big,
take the little
like
bladed ones, the tiny little.
You sell those?
Yes, we have those.
Okay, good. Come in and get those too, because I won't spend that much money on a cup for my seasonings. But I love the fact that you can grind your own right there at home and get your whole piece. Okay.
Yep. So that's that. We mentioned the cup warmer, so I store all my cups in there and keep them warm. That way you're not shocking the coffee. Coffee starts to bitter in as little as about 15 to 20 seconds as it starts to cool. So you want to keep it warm and keep it at that temperature as long as you can.
Coffee connoisseur. Yeah. I love that. And let's talk about these special coffees.
Yep, we've got the special coffees. We've got flavored coffees. The ones in the blue bag are going to be flavored. This is a Hawaiian Coconut Caramel Crunch. This is a estate roasted chocolate macadamia nut. We've got the Poi Poo Estate. It's an espresso roast, a darker roast. And this is a roast master. They're roast master on the island. Does their own blends of coffees, does their own roasting. They come up with what they like. And this is called the Kauai Sunrise. We have multiples of others, and you're welcome to stop down and sample them.
Do you have a favorite?
The Pea Berry Medium is my favorite coffee.
Okay, and then you've made that with the espresso, so I think he's going to have a little sip here. And I love the glassware that you have, this double bowl.
Yeah,
so
it is really, really nice. Yep, they are good.
And I love that froth on top. I mean,
it gives it a nice caramely taste on top. And
I just love it. Open your bag of sunshine today. I love
awesome.
this.
We do. Me and my wife will open it up like, oh, there's our little Kauai for the day. You can also, we have got over here a milk frother. So if you wanted to make a latte, you would just take a coffee, do a double shot of espresso here, and this machine here actually heats and froths the milk.
Oh, yeah, look how beautiful.
And you can make a hot chocolate with this, and it does have a lot of froth on top too. So
you don't have to use your little whiskey thing to froth
exactly.
Your milk.
So you would do that, add your coffee, and have a latte if that's what you're after, or a mocha if you wanted to add some chocolate.
Wow. Create this cafe in your own home with every single piece, and you would just be the envy of the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's awesome. I have a hard time drinking coffee that I don't brew myself after you get hooked on a good coffee.
It's all here at Kitchen Needs. Boy, Randy, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Laura.
A kitchen store